OG's turn to ban.
Welcome back everyone here to your grand final for the OGA Dota PIT European CIS. We've got OG taking on Na'Vi. Lacoste all dressed up in his beautiful Santa hat. I've got my Christmas stocking that I've had since I was about 6 years old. And look, I've been a good boy this year, bringing me some excellent Dota 2 with a new patch. Lacoste, we've seen some amazing stuff over the past couple of days.
One by one, they fall.
People.
Reap your harvest and protect your soul.
Na'Vi's turn to ban. OG's turn to ban. Na'Vi's turn to pick.
Yeah, let it ride until TI. Let's see what this patch can bring us. Phoenix and Chen being removed out by OG. We saw the strength of that Chen Aghanim shard, sending Storm back to base after some long zips and allowing him to refill and return to battle was pretty damn nasty, and a good tempo hero that Na'Vi were exceptional at exploiting.
And it was, and it reminded me of a combination, the fountain hooks. If someone wants to test that out, see if it works, you know, Chen plus Pudge, feel free to tweet at me at Lacoste Dota if it works. Not sure what was the change when, you know, people complained about it. What was that, like TI3 era, I believe?
Yeah, it was a long. Was it TI2? I can't remember now. It's a long ass time ago.
Could have been TI2, maybe TI3. So Na'Vi opens up.
Nasty combo.
Yeah, Na'Vi opens up with Lina. Last time they did it, it was Lina plus Slardar. OG. Oh, there's no morph, so they just go with the standard Earth Spirit. Some teams need more time to see how patch develops, like to see what's good, what's not. They need to play more games. Someone, you know, just feels really good at the start. Feels like they got a really good read on it.
Well, they were offered up the Lina Slardar, which did very well game one, and something that Na'Vi have been playing a lot recently, but instead opting to go for the Doom this early, I guess expecting it to be banned later on, and giving Iceberg his hero in that first phase.
Yeah, this is most def mid Doom. Position 3 Doom doesn't pressure enemy. Safe lane and Phantom Assassin picked up by OG this time. I still feel you need to ban out Slaughter. It's also possibly a good matchup against the mid Doom. You can run Slaughter as a mid because you know the matchup. So I expect Na'Vi to ban it out. And they also don't have the first pick, so they can't get it for themselves.
Yeah, because he's got pretty low armor, and that crush and bash coming in from Slardar really makes the Doom suffer. Well, there goes Magnus to start things off. Empowered PA, also a very good combination of heroes. Not wanting OG to get their hands on it. Now it's time to see what more respect OG has up against Na'Vi's drafts. So we saw, you know, the mid silencer. We saw that Oracle come out as the sustain, and it looked decent around that PA Slardar, but that was the core of the draft, right? PA Slardar was the jump, the catch, the kill. And then game two, Ursa Warrior was the matchup against the Lifestealer, which Na'Vi picked up. That really did accelerate them into that mid game incredibly quickly. It's a step away from what OG have been doing recently. No big wombo combos, no Phoenix, no Magnus, no big teamfight ultis, but great mobility, good gap close, Phantom Strike, and the Rolling Boulder here from Earth Spirit. Get on top of people like Lina very quickly.
Yeah, great chase potential already from OG, especially once Phantom Assassin hits that level 15, the extra cast range on the Blink Strike. I'm just scrolling through the heroes that Na'Vi played when they played against Phantom Assassin, and there aren't really many times they played against PA. Like, they played Void Spirit as their offlaner when they were playing into Phantom Assassin. Something that General really likes to play. The other guy is 33. rest of the teams pretty much played on the mid.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, true. Thinking about General's heroes just for a second. Bat Rider against PA, is that pretty good for Bat Rider? Because PA can still jump away?
Yeah, she can jump away, but depends like which position 5 Phantom Assassin is paired up with. Oracle's still in the pool.
Yeah, I would like to see the No-Tail Oracle come back out. Get away from the very greedy draft of Game 2 with that Kotl and Enigma as their support duo.
Also, Navi did not play Viper.
Navi's turn to ban.
Well, I mean good, but kind of annoying.
The nasty hero.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, he primarily plays melee heroes, doesn't he? The kind of hardcore initiation heroes here for Na'Vi. They do remove the Mars and the Slardar, taking out a lot of that team fight initiation from him. But that also means that Na'Vi don't have to ban it themselves. That's probably thrown them for a loop. Na'Vi thinking, we'll ban the Slardar, and OG do it for them.
Yeah, that's actually great for Na'Vi. They ban out Enigma, even though they have Doom, but still, sometimes that threat of a black hole does not allow you to play the Dota the way you want, maneuver into team fights, because you need to be spread out.
It forces you to change your plans very quickly. Like if you want to Doom the PA, you want to Light Strike Array someone else, you have to very quickly adapt to what's happening with that.
Turn to pick.
Man, the triple bans on General heroes.
General in the last game, he was amazing. One hero I consider as a counter to Doom is like a Centaur, where you just run away from Doom, reset. Underlord is the other guy that kind of does the same thing. Nature's Prophet picked up. Seen a couple of position 5 Nature's Prophet. Alliance played it as position 4 on Houndskin, so still very flexible. Could be the off lane as well, so you're not revealing anything yet.
Could also be the mid against Doom, right? Because that's another lane matchup that Doom doesn't really like to play into.
I don't think he cares that much. Like, has some extra region, can devour his treants. Seems okay.
Okay.
They're better heroes to pick up against Doom if you want to counter him in the lanes. Like, Monkey King is still available.
Na'Vi, time to start opening up your draft. You've got your Lina Doom. Lina could still be moved into the hands of Always Want to Fly. We've seen them do that in the position 5. But this should be one or the other, Roger. Or Always Want to Fly's hero coming out here.
OG's
plenty of time thinking about it. Undying. So it will be the 4 Lina. 5 Undying. Solrup's going to be pretty valuable here to heal up.
Okay, so that's their mid lane for sure. Like, this is Dobson's hero against Doom. Doom will struggle against that, like the constant harassment. So they need a hero. What do they need? It's very limited. They need some kind of a lockdown coming out from their position 3 that can initiate into a team fight. What did we suggest, Gary?
I mean, there's like clockwork there, right? He's got gap close onto the silencer, vision to find out where, you know, Nature's Prophet, silencer, PA are. Only the PA right now can get out of the cogs, and General is an exceptional, you know, mastermind on that clockwork. What did you say he bought? Like 4 bracers or something?
3 bracers and the casual gauntlets of strength plus power treads on strength. Had like 2000 HP.
Tanky boy. Leaving V-Tune's hero till a little bit later. They have been last picking General's hero quite often throughout these drafts.
Na'Vi's turn to ban.
Bat Rider!
There's the Bat Rider.
It's a good Bat Rider game. Like, they have no counterplay to it. It's most likely gonna be Nature's Prophet 5 or the offlane Silencer mid. That's my read, how OG drafted so far.
And Bat's a pretty good, you know, Lotus Orb or Yule's, you know, Dispel carrier, basically, right, against the Global Silence. Once you've got Boots of Travel, Blink Dagger, you can think about the Lotus Orb as kind of your 3rd item.
I think this game he might go for a bit of a different stuff, like Boots of Travel into BKB to have a way of dispelling things, and they have no abilities that go through magic immunity, so might be the item build.
5 seconds
The
remaining.
tough one is Batrider into Silencer matchup. If he gets the Arcane Curse on you, then you're like, it's gonna be tough. So they ban out the 2 heroes with the Dispel mechanic, 1 off lane, 1 position 5. Just to be sure, because Nature's Prophet can't be flexed and they want to have all things covered.
Yeah, then banning out that Spectre late game security against the Phantom Assassin. We still could see, the Troll Warlord or something along those lines come out for V-Tune. And we were looking at the Silver Edge mechanics and changes. Yeah, Slark also taken out. That Silver Edge carrier against the PA is a good shout. Also Dark Pact against Silencer and Earth Spirit. Really nice to have against Silencers. Because the Echo Saber got changed a little bit with no more Echo Saber building into it. It is just that Oblivion Staff now. But in fact, the Terrorblade for Na'Vi, going for the more ranged attack approach against the Phantom Assassin.
Ooh, what do they need? They need some beefy guy, possibly Aura Carrier, that can match up against Terrorblade. What about Underlord? Underlord doesn't sound too bad, because you have position 4 Earth Spirit that can go in. You're always gonna have that thing covered.
Okay.
There's the Darks, yeah.
Not the best like combination. There isn't really like Vac into anything. Vac into Sprout, that sounds awesome. Vac into Arcane Curse.
Try not to break the trees. Vac into Magnetize. So it will be that Thompson Silencer, you called it. No-Tail Prophet on that Pos 5. Seb, the offlane Darkseer with RTWPA, Saxa, Earth Spirit, all matching up pretty nicely there. Na'Vi, everything as expected. Roger, Lina, Iceberg, Doom. Always want to fly Undying. General on the Batrider, and V-Tune the Terrorblade as we get ourselves ready for Game 3 with Na'Vi leading 2-0 in this best of 5 here for Dota Pit Season 4. And looking at this Thompson Silencer, is it going to be an E-Blade Silencer, do you reckon?
Could be. I mean, why not? If you steal a lot of intelligence, then you amplify all the damage with your int. Sounds like the best choice he can go for.
Blow up the Terrorblade. Just a bit sad he doesn't have any nuke damage from anybody else.
I'm being a bit sarcastic because Thompson is, always buying E-Blade no matter what. But looks like a really good Terrorblade game. Phantom Assassin. We've seen this exact matchup yesterday when ILTW played TB into Phantom Assassin, but it was old patch. I don't think Satanic is...
How many daggers am I holding up? How many daggers am I holding up?
Your worst enemy. Your own worst enemy.
No status resistance. Still could be a good item here to be more tanky and have that lifesteal, since you don't care too much about status resistance. Look at their heroes. Like, what are they gonna do? Like, slow you, crit you, sprout you? You don't care about that. Like, this is not affected by status resistance.
Alright, you just tank up instead. Go Skadi. Well, a pause. Who started this? Always on a fly says he's ready, so I guess it's OG. Holding things up a touch. And we'll see how we get out onto these lanes. Bat plus Lina. Not the conventional off-lane Lina duo with the Tidehunter Gush into Light Strike Raid. Slardar we've seen before. But Sticky Napalm with that Firefly and a lot of long-range damage from Roger definitely could take people down very quickly.
Worst enemy.
Everyone's skipping ILTW.
How many daggers am I holding up?
The big tips. Even No-Tail getting involved there. Joining the spam onto the PA.
Seb starting with Boots of Speed. Interesting. I guess he wants to be able to outrun Undying, and they might swap things around, like seeing how they're trying to set up the lanes, put TB against Phantom Assassin bottom possibly. Right now they're just hiding heroes in the trees.
So does that mean they're looking for the Bat versus Darkseer matchup?
Possibly. Yeah. Phantom Assassin can blink away, Earth Spirit can roll away, Darkseer can use Surge, but still you pressure the Darkseer. Like, he does not want to use his Surge to just run away, and with this type of build, like, you have 57 damage, you're relying on Ion Shell. I mean, Batrider also not a hero that has the most damage, 46, he's one of the lowest.
Yeah, reliant on that sticky napalm. Sax's Earth Spirit up here. He's pinging out that he wants to try and drag that second wave, which we see a lot from him. And they do have that double Iron Shell combo with Earth Spirit and that Darkseer. A little bit of a fight down bottom lane. No Tail sending his Treants forward. Getting a couple of stick charges too, so a pretty good start for the Nature's Prophet there. It will be with that PA against Terrorblade, Undying, and Alina tri-laning. Na'Vi trying to bring the pain. Oh, spot out No Tail. Try and kill off his Treants. Looking to secure that early farm for the Terrorblade.
Two supports doing a very good job, just zoning out one support. Who would have guessed?
Exceptional work. And yeah, up at that top lane, Sax is going to pull the wave. Try and get himself to level 2. Drag it across. Puts that Darkseer in a bit of a sticky spot up against all this napalm stacking from General. So they'll need their magic sticks and stuff like that up here pretty quickly. Also gets the D-ward on the large camp, so Saxa can start pulling. Mid lane, Iceberg 5-0. Thompson trying to lay the pressure on him, forcing the salve. As Roger loses
and intelligence
career.
stolen. Already on a mid lane. Like, it's a ton of harassment coming out from Silencer. Still Doom used the healing cell, needs to bring some extra regeneration.
Well, on the retreat back, V-Tune takes a couple of hits from ILTW. Nature's Prophet is making this a little bit awkward. Like, Roger and Always on a Fly, they don't have a setup stun. No Tail's pretty speedy, able just to walk away from any of these. Like, yeah, they're using Light Strike Array on creeps. Try and kill off the Treants.
Yeah, bottom lane is fine as long as Terrorblade is getting the CS that he wants.
And they will force No Tail back at long last. They can start playing forward in front of that creep wave a bit. Let's leave General
having too much fun on the top lane, denying a couple of CS from Seb. Also saving a point in case like they decide to dive, whether he needs the flame break, take people away from him, or if he needs to take it to the skies.
Yeah, and CSing very well under tower, even with that pretty pathetic base damage. Seb will just farm through the camp as he pulls the dire wave in there. As mid lane, Doom at half HP. He was looking out for any creeps that he wanted to try and devour and grab up early, but a great roll from Saxa kicks him back into Thompson. And here we go with the Silencer whacking into the Doombringer, pops him out. First blood and +2.
Last word.
Easy +2. Doom didn't bring any extra regeneration. And something that Doom struggles with is mana pool, so losing that -2 already at the start could, you know, set him back quite a bit. Still refuses to buy any kind of regen.
Just one Fairy Fire is all he's got for now. And Thompson level 4, gonna start trying to levy that advantage a bit more. Down bottom though, No Tail and Saxa closing in on Always Wanna Fly, but he just turns and swipes into the Prophet with a quick Soul Rip. Light Strike Array onto RTW as well, keeps that pressure going, and like you said, as long as V-Tune's here happily farming, this is something that Na'Vi have set up for.
They need to help out Doom on a mid lane, but they don't have that, you know, position 4 hero like Clockwork, Earth Spirit, Tusk that just rotates with the boots of speed and gets a kill. So it's gonna be much tougher. Doom might need to hit the jungle, see what he can find.
And what does he find? He's stacking a camp and he finds a Centaur. Still no Ogre Frost Mage or Alpha Wolf or anything cool like that for him. So he's gonna actually try and farm the stack.
4 null talismans. You know, the thing I say whenever I see like Ricky with a 3 raid bans, DB with 3 raid bans, they want to win this game. I don't know what the...
Roll in.
Yeah.
Saxa. In the middle of them all, and V-Tune with that Metamorphosis just piling the damage towards the Earth Spirit. Pops his wand at a Fairy Fire. Saxa back to the high ground. He's gonna survive. Always on a fly though, with the final decay. Does take him down in the end. Roger getting chased back a bit by RTW, but V-Tune is this big monster as the Light Striker Ray connects on No Tail. Again, popping the wand, and he has a salve to fall back on in the jungle. But the forcing here of OG to play the tri-lane versus tri-lane doesn't feel too good for them.
V-Tune farming 28 CS, 22 CS on Phantom Assassin.
Death tax.
Trying to guard the bounty runes, forces the surge, but Saxa should get one of these bounties.
General?
Seb, 7 stacks of napalm. That's pretty cool, but General low on HP. He's trying to commit for this.
General?
He's going for the dive. He's under the tower. He's looking to kill off Seb. He's not going to get it.
I mean, he got the 9 napalm stick charges. If somehow he managed to get like an extra second of Firefly on top of him, that would have been a kill. Not sure why he decided to dive, because he still had enough money to buy a bottle, bring it with the courier, reset. I don't think they could have gotten a kill on him, but...
And that allows Seb to get double bounties. Refills his bottle very nicely. All of these lanes outside of the bottom one looking pretty rough for Na'Vi, but they do Light Striker a bottom, and again comes to nothing. Doom being contested by Saxa with the Iron Shell on him, and Iceberg is pretty much just jungling at this point. Level 5 Doom with a level 7 Tops and Silencer rolling forward. Saxa catches, looking for Iceberg with a pop, not enough damage. Gets away with the face boot, Scorched Earth, returning to Fountain. Thompson's gonna be level 8 by the time Iceberg level 6.
No Tail dropping very low. One more click should do.
And V-Tune gets himself up there. 1 kill on the Terrorblade, feeling real nice for Na'Vi. But it's a lot of commitment and a lot of resources to try and defend V-Tune down here, while RTW is still farming. He's got 32 CS, no deaths. OG feeling pretty comfortable.
Mid tower's gonna drop. Like, they're committing. Saxa taking some tower hits just to keep Siege Creep alive. Always want to fly. If Doom it was level 6, they would probably try to kill Thompson.
No Tail just TP'd in behind them, finds the snipe on him, and RTW with a kill in his bottom lane now. As like you're saying, always want to flies in that mid lane trying to defend the tier 1. Iceberg does have Doom, and he's got a fluffy little hat on the Doombringer.
It's a winter. He needs to protect his ears. It's getting really cold. What do you even get from that? Falcon Blade doesn't sound that great. Orb of Corrosion.
Yeah, it feels like just a little item he's bought to try and tank himself up a bit. Flame Break top, Seb being chased by General. But again, it's just a surge, and the defense here from Saxa enough to deter the Batrider from going any deeper.
Looks like a much better game for OG, where mid lane is doing extremely well. 1200 gold difference between the mid laners 8 minutes in, so that's pretty big. If someone can catch up, that's Doom. By, you know, just having max Devour. But also they need someone to be on the mid lane and try to collect experience.
Finally finds the Alpha Wolf he's been waiting for. He's been stacking camps pretty religiously and not getting anything, but the Surge Iron Shell Saxa roams in onto Always Want to Fly in that mid lane. Soul Rip to try and keep himself alive, can turn with a decay, but Thompson has a double damage rune here to really secure this kill, and another +2 for him, while Nature's Prophet snipes out the courier and spots out the Terrorblade as he's in the triangle already.
Warriors of the wood.
They need to either swap the lanes, so Terrorblade goes to the top, or he just, you know, bails to the jungle. That's can connected, so he's a bit afraid. There's already a rotation from the Batrider just to keep him safe if something happens. He popped that meta, so wants to farm the Ancients.
And they're even swapping the Batrider down bottom as well, looking to make that long defensive wall in front of the triangle with the 2 supports and the offlaner.
Radiant are scanning.
Radiant scan. Does clip onto the two heroes roaming down bot. LTW has his perseverance, gets into the blur, and Phantom strikes up, but the tombstone's there, and General chasing. They're on top of the PA with no one here to save him. Terrorblade is meanwhile, though. He's been found out in that jungle, and they've got LTW as the trade-off at the very least.
So carry for carry trade. And this is such a sick item on Silencer, the Witchblade. Because it gives slow by 25%, it deals 1 times your intelligence and damage every 3 seconds for 3 seconds. Every 1 second for 3 seconds.
Under attack.
And he's got the Fairy's Trinket as well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
This Silencer is absolutely stacked. He's going to be doing some massive damage. Top lane, no tail. Does get doomed up by Iceberg, making his first real move out here on the map. Position 5 Prophet. Dropping there as a freebie for the Doombringer.
Haste.
He's now got 2,000 gold saved up, actually. You know, that Devour, up to level 4 now. You said if there's someone who can catch up, it's him. Absolutely right.
Gets the drums. Drums now have 8 charges, and he might go for Orb of Corrosion on Doom, because I just saw him buying out both Blightstone and Orb of Venom.
Interesting. Very interesting.
General, bottom lane, where's the roll?
Trying to catch out General. There it is, on top of the Batrider with a wall on him as well, and there's Thompson with a big hit. A double kill for your Silencer. 10 bonus int. Already stacked up as he returns back to mid. And yeah, the Doom, Phase Drums, Orb of Corrosion. So 150 HP, and then, of course, that Blightstone and Orb of Venom combined passive effect when he's clicking on people.
Dire's bottom tower
13% move slow. Or 4%
Onto No Tail again.
if ranged.
Light Striker rate. And here's Iceberg with a Laguna Blade from Roger. It's an easy one. Give V-Tune a bit more room up here as well to maybe push that tier 1 tower.
They're a bit limited on tower damage if Terrorblade is not there, so they need to play around him. Batrider farming slowly his Boots of Travel. Just pops the smoke for himself and Undying. Undying is level 6.
Who are they going to find? Sweeping through that jungle. No Tail just TP's top, helps out Saxa to try and finish off that top tier 1 tower. And PA TP's mid lane. As Terrorblade moves down bottom, a lot of shuffling around the map here as everyone's trying to find these safe areas, looking for ganks from the rest of them. And it looks like RTW is going to be fine just to throw some daggers onto the Lina mid lane.
Is under attack.
And they'll lose yet another tier 1 Na'Vi. Top tower gone, No Tail clears it up. The rest of them smoking in towards mid lane. Earth Spirit. Iron shelled up. 2 urn charges ready to roll forward. And Silencer level 11 with the Witchblade ready. Some hefty right clicks going to be coming from him as they
I just want to see that damage.
That's what I'm watching for too. They roll, doesn't connect. General Fireflies to the high ground. They pop the tombstone down. That's Iceberg with a double damage rune. Swiping into Saxa. Decent flame break, drags him back, but he rolls away, and Seb has the mech. No casualties there, but OG forced the hand of Na'Vi to expend a couple of their spells.
And V-Tune did not pop his meta, so he can have it for a fight if OG wants to go in. And it seems like OG wants to take the fight, considering how farmed this Silencer is. He's 6 slotted.
No Tail in. He's body blocked him up with the Treants and the roll connecting in. They've got the wall dropped on V-Tune, trying to heal him with a Soul Rip, get that TB out of there. Does have the Sunder, but he's silenced up with the Global, and the body blocks from No Tail, keeping that Terrorblade trapped in place. And now with Silencer, just whoa, the damage onto that Lina, massive. The lasso back towards the tier 3 though, dragging Silencer in, trying to speed away with a surge, but he has to stand his ground and fight. Finally falls, but in comes RTW.
There's
Flame broken, turned back, doomed and killed. OG are diving tier 3s. They've lost out 2 of their big core heroes. Na'Vi make the defense, even though they lose the Terrorblade. Gonna feel pretty good about that. Now No Tail, the TP home, tries to get himself out and succeeds.
Dire's bottom tower.
I mean, there's still 1 tower and tier 2 tower. It's gonna get the bottom, and somehow LTW and Silencer ended up in enemy base. But this is the item to get the silencer. Witchblade sounds really amazing. You can see the power of it. They also did a very good job just controlling, not overlapping their spells, controlling the Terrorblade so he can't get his ulti off. TB still very squishy, but we'll have to see. Phantom Assassin still needs also 1,000 gold. I think this fight was supposed to be farming instead, finishing off Battle Fury while the rest of the team is fighting.
Listening to No-Tail's calls of go more, we can kill them all.
I think it's Thompson who's actually saying it. He's like, I want to see the power of this Witchblade.
RTW finds Roger, and they've got No-Tail coming. TPing on top of that Lina. No one here to save her. Oh, it's another +2 for Thompson as well. He comes in to claim it. RTW gets the kill, of course. Closes in on the Battle Fury that you're mentioning.
And looking at the silencer's items, like it's
color coded, right?
Coordinated, yeah. That gives me very high value, you know, just looking at it. And all the spells are kind of purple as well, because Arcane Curse icon changed, Glaives of Wisdom has changed.
Very aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, exactly.
Thompson's going to clear through some jungle camps there, while Seb is lurking bottom at that tier 1. He's being dived
on Batrider. Unfortunately, that's not a flying vision anymore, so
this should make my life easier.
General can't spot him. 1,000 gold saved up there for General after the Boots of Travel, so we'll see where he heads. I mean, you mentioned BKB is a pretty good item here against all of these spellcasters of OG. Could be what he aims for.
BKB feels really good because they have no abilities that goes through magic immunity, and then he can do whatever he wants, get a blink dagger after that just for the initiation because they really lack it.
And you'll have a pretty good timing with double BKB. You know, Doom's going for one, Batrider will have it, then the TB. Oh, they've actually got a lasso here. Tombstone thrown out to secure the kill on Saxa. Good little block there on the roll away in General. Allows Iceberg to take the kill. But yeah, you'll have double BKB, and then this big old Terrorblade has his Manta style. Probably won't have the Skadi by that time, but they'll still be ready to fight.
I think he just wants to tank up, have more HP, and now with the Manta style, have a way of dispelling things. There's the global. Thompson is out.
Global into TP home. Well, they force it. All they need to do now is figure out where the rest of OG are, because inside the pit, ILTW and No-Tail with Medallion and these Treants tanking it up, they are slowly chipping away at Roshan. It's not fast by any means, and
it's
they
not
might have to give up soon.
And Navi's not aware of that. Saxa comes, he doesn't bring damage. Like, his right clicks are really not that high. With the Medallion, it's okay, but that's gonna take a while. Here comes Seb. Let's see what he can do.
Well, he's got mech. Try and heal up the rest of his squad as they do bring Roshan down now with Thompson's arrival. The right-click damage becomes apparent. Meanwhile, Terrorblade farming back on his triangle as Na'Vi will realize Aegis in the hands of Thompson now is going to be a big thorn in their side. Also gets himself a Force Staff on the Silencer now. Has that ability to engage from these fights. Oh, it's drums on the Batrider, so double drums on Na'Vi. Smoking up together, a 5-man group up, even with the Terrorblade. Wants to get some use out of the Metamorphosis.
8 charges and drums. That is very weird to see that number. She does not have BKB. She does not have way of escaping things. Global Silence is up in 30. Also, she did not have Aegis. Thompson is the one holding it. Oh,
and they turn around
that
on
damage.
Thompson just slays them. Roll forward. It threads the needle. Tombstone dropped on the high ground. And Seb, he TP'd out, but he's made his way back in. Light Strike for does catch 3 with a Laguna Blade, but the damage is still lacking with the mech, keeping them sustained. They focus the Tombstone down, try to bring it down with that No-Tail Prophet going, but the Aegis has dropped. Sax is still deep as the TB and the Doom. They're standing inside this wall, bringing No-Tail out there, but another vacuum in, forced asunder onto Thompson. Roll across will put Saxa in danger, and Thompson's about to drop here. Na'Vi, they're able to actually win that fight out in the end. With taking down Aegis, killing off Thompson, and that was everything spent by OG and still falling flat.
I was wondering where damage is, and then suddenly I see TB just, you know, heavy lifting the team. Not the best Doom, he used on Phantom Assassin, just getting her out of the fight. Scorched Earth was on cooldown, and there was no follow-up because they couldn't pass through that wall. But the second initiation, if Felina did not land that LSA, they probably don't get any kills and they fall back because it looked pretty rough for them.
Yeah, Ether Lens Fairy's trinket there for the Lina. Really great Light Strike array from Roger. And that was even with Batrider dying like immediately in that fight. But it was a fight without that global silence. Thompson has it for the next one, but without Aegis, of course.
Is under attack.
And it feels like OG still need a bit more time to get this PA online, get her scaling into that BKB. It's also fighting into Tombstone so difficult. You could see the focus from OG there to try and bring it down as quickly as they could.
They don't have that guy that just right-clicks the Tombstone.
Yeah, Silencer doesn't want to waste time on it. PA can't really, so it has to be the Prophet that just stands there and clicks the tomb.
The seeds of fortune.
Saxa knows where the Terrorblade is.
I have to check manually, sorry Gary, if there are any, you know, shards upgrades. Still don't see anyone having one.
Oh yeah, 20 minutes in. Good shout. Gonna have to get used to that timing now. 20 minutes. Is anyone buying shards?
One item that really got buffed on TB is Aghanim Scepter. Like, he doesn't really want to go for it as like second, third item, but maybe as a fifth item he could consider getting it. He can use that wave even when he's in melee form, and he also transforms into ranged for 10 seconds. Could make a hell of a lot of a difference.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, Swift Slash from Juggernaut, right? You don't waste your kind of ulti ability, but you've got a mini one there just to pop for a quick and easy fight. That's a good point, because previously you had to be in meta form to use that Aghanim's upgrade, which always felt a little bit weird. RTW is going to have BKB very shortly, and that's what OG are very patiently waiting for. Sitting back, not making any moves just yet. Na'Vi keep accelerating their farm. The Doom, who had an atrocious laning stage, now second in net worth. He's 2,000 ahead of that Silencer.
Give me a break. Is this what we're gonna see all the time? General going for E-Blade? Well, someone has to make E-Blade.
Who's out? You know, we talk about mech carrier, we're talking about catch, we're talking about tower damage. Now it's like, wait, we need a hero that buys E-Blade, guys.
It makes sense, you know, it's a save against certain abilities.
Oh, they do have Thompson. No-Tail TP didn't kill the courier, but Thompson's just getting run down here. Maybe denied. Oh, Thompson's down. No-Tail doesn't even bother trying. Flame broken back into the lasso, drag from General, and the rest of Na'Vi circle around the Nature's Prophet for a double kill on Iceberg.
Doom already used 7 charges of drums, so every single time something happens, he's just gonna pop it. Like, this is actually sick. If you have 2 drums in a team, that's 16 charges. I don't think we're gonna see like 16 fights here. You can use it for Roche, you can use it for tower pushing. If you feel like you're threatened, just pop it to get the extra move speed out of it.
Oh, they find the PA. Flame Break pushes her a little bit closer. Phantom Strike down to the low ground. The Seb's there. Make sure ILTW does escape. Lotus and Mech. Seb is that big team fight saving hero, really holding everything. But we used to talk pretty heavily about Darkseer against Doom back in the old days. You know, Darkseer is that one guy that holds the key to the team fights. The Vac, the Wall, the Mech, and the Lotus Orb. If you Doom him, all of that is just worth absolutely nothing.
True. If you Doom someone else, he might just use Surge and that guy gets out of the fight.
Absolutely.
Because very limited lockdown coming out from Na'Vi. Like Generals, Flaming Lasso, LSA, these are pretty much their only stunts that they have. I see Lina queuing up Shard. Laguna Blade upgrade increases Laguna Blade cast range and causes it to the full cast length.
And hit all units along the way?
Yeah. So it's AoE Laguna Blade for 1,400 gold. Not too bad.
Excuse me?
Sure.
Jesus Christ.
Like, if you compare this to Jetpack coming out from Clockwork, like, what?
Oh, Saxa nearly had General there. Very close with the roll. And General, come on. You have a Grove Bow that Terrorblade would probably like to have himself. Just holding onto the neutral item in the backpack.
General's like, maybe if I amplify damage with the Grove Bow and I get that E-Blade, you know, just keep stacking it. So Silencer with his shard upgrade kind of deals much better against the illusions, and he can farm faster because it bounces.
Yeah, bouncing pure damage as well. Okay. We'll see how that goes. And maybe you're mentioning the Gleipnir as well, that Rodovatos Maelstrom might come a little bit later, but we'll see what he does with it. As they do drums pop in towards mid, it's the silence though. Saxa saves them from the bat, and the global comes. Initiation still trying to flow forward from OG onto the Lina as the Nature's Wrath bounces around. OG Smoke still wanting to take this fight on the high ground, while Na'Vi are like, yeah, you know what, you guys can stay up there.
General almost died. The Spirit Vessel, Arcane Curse, Last Word, and Witchblade damage over time.
Oof. That is a little bit painful. And they're pinging him out again. Batrider thinks he's safe hiding in the trees here, but OG knows exactly where he is. Where's Prophet TP?
He's being
nowhere right now. He's being found. Roll from Saxon. Getting on top of him perfectly, but he does have that second roll in, catching him out and backing back General. The Soul Rip only buys a second worth of life, and another roll. Saxon just keeps on going. How many rolls does this man have? Always on a fly trap in the Sprout, glimmered but kicked back, and the sentry's there from OG to find 2 kills in a row on the bottom lane. Maybe thinking about pressuring high ground, because that tier 2 is already nearly dead.
They can try to go for it. Phantom Assassin. There's the courier flying, I believe.
Under attack.
Nope, not yet.
Dire's bottom tower.
I thought they had Desolator finished. Man, the Darkseer is actually really farmed. Lotus Orb, almost full. Guardian Greaves just needs 500 gold to finish it off.
He's becoming huge. Well, maybe I got a bit excited about that high ground. They do TP in mid to try and save No Tail, but Lina has already retreated. A good roll though, catching Iceberg, kicked back. He's got BKB and a TP still yet to go though, and there's nothing to cancel through that.
He can just TP out. Full AC about to be finished on Doom. So giving team some extra armor against the Phantom Assassin, extra attack speed. Terrorblade still 3,000 gold, 2,000 actually, ahead of Phantom Assassin. Roche is alive. That's the second Roche. She's ages. OG already in. That's so finished.
Thompson does so much damage into Roche with that pure glaive damage coming through. But the fact that Batrider scouted them and spent the Firefly means OG don't want to stick around for it.
Top tower is under attack.
Doom with Alpha Wolf on top of this TB during Matin is going to be an inordinate amount of damage coming out of Na'Vi. The focus has to be very clear and decisive to try and catch the Terrorblade, because he doesn't really have any saving abilities, right? He's got Manta, he's got Soul Rip, but apart from that, if you jump him and kill him, that is the majority of Na'Vi's damage gone.
They can still burst him, like if they isolate him, roll Global Silence, probably Wall of Replica on top of him. Will help quite a lot.
A roll from Saxa. That's very deep. Yule's immediately up from Roger's Lina, catching with the Light Strike Array and Terrorblade's Metamorphosis. It does get spent. It feels like Na'Vi, with a Doom moving forward, wants to try and catch. Cuts through with the Quelling Blade, gets out of the Sprout. Flame Break there, but the Global Silence holds Na'Vi back, and a buyback from Saxa. Also jumping in, the Doom. He BKB and turns. Throws it in onto the PA, and the TB Metamorphosis shifting forward with his own BKB, looking for RTW. They'll slow it down with a Skadi, bringing her down, and the Sunder's there. The TB back to full HP, and they've blown up Thompson. Laguna Blade from Roger. Here in game 3, Na'Vi are looking like they've turned it. They're doing it onto Seb, and a double. Iceberg slices through him with a Pits of Hell, making Seb pay.
Oh, that Global Silence, when Saxa kind of went in and they realized, like, yeah, we can try to go in. Doom pops that ulti on a Phantom Assassin. There was no surge available, so Chase potentially
they catch
there.
Roger. but in comes Doom. Roger's alive with a Soul Rip Glimmer Cave. Sanx and Notel, they thought they found the Lina, but instead they're gonna die back on the Earth Spirit. Fall on Lina, yes, they do get the kill, but Notel, what's he gonna do? Sprout? That doesn't work against the Firefly. Down you go, Nature's Prophet. It's a 5-man wipe with a +1 on that die back Earth Spirit.
And meanwhile, all that's happening, V-Tune just solo killing the Roche. What does he have? Cloak of Flames. Yeah, kind of fits the Warcraft 3 lore that we had. You know, he was Demon Hunter, right? The brother, or did he turn into Demon Hunter? Something like that. Can't really remember. It was a long time ago. And he had that immolation spell. Probably chat flaming me. How does this dumbass doesn't know who turns
Was it Illidan?
Illidan, and yeah. Like,
what was Illidan? I genuinely can't remember now. It was a long time ago. The Demon Hunter.
Low. Keep
chat will absolutely know.
Keep watching the chat, Gary. They'll know.
They'll know when it's done. OG now without Aegis, without Cheese, still trying to play around this ILTW PA. Deso Battle Fury BKB is still a very potent hero if she's able to stick on targets. But you're looking now at a V-Tune Terrorblade with a massive amount of farm. And they smoke up behind him. Who's coming around the corner? Thompson. 4 staff. No TP for 10 seconds though, and they're still pinging. They know that he's around. General, he chases down Thompson, does get the catch on him, and V-Tune just mantas to make more illusions. Get away from all that nasty damage over time from that curse.
The seeds of fortune.
Is it time for the one-punch man from Darkseer? Because feels like they need to make a TB illusion of their own, as he does get chased down here. And Iceberg, well, the big crit from the PA, but turns again with a Doom. Mutes up RTW, Light Strike Array, Laguna Blade in onto them. They go for the surge away. The damage will kill her. Seb couldn't save her. And now Sax is stuck inside. They throw the wall in onto Na'Vi, but asunder from the Terrorblade, keeping them all alive. And Roger with a double kill finds the Darkseer on the way out, while Notel does successfully TP home, but it's yet again a fight where Na'Vi find a pick-off, turn it into more.
Na'Vi, they came prepared. Like everything is so crisp. The itemization, how they're moving, who they're targeting. They try to go on Iceberg, but man is tanky, you know, with that Assault Curious. Wait, what does he have so little armor? What? That's bugged. He can't have
on the
4 armor.
He has 4 plus 19 on my screen.
Okay, so it's just bugged on my screen for some reason. I was like, what?
But yeah, using that Orb of Corrosion early on as a kind of stopgap item until he gets to this point, selling it off and getting into some real hefty armor now with plus 34 with Shivers and AC, bringing down all of the structures outside of the OG base. No vacuum wall, no magnetize, and OG all respawning to hold their high ground.
And we talked about like Dota 1 spells being reintroduced to Dota 2 with this patch. Doom's shard upgrade is level death. That was what was called before.
People hate on that skill, but I genuinely liked it.
You had to make a move.
The catch, always want to fly, critted down. V-Tune, he's got Aegis, Manta, BKB, but all of OG are here. They BKB in turn with Sunder. V-Tune's there, but the Yule's up into the air. Roger looking for the Light Strike Array, and the Laguna Blade RTW's down. They blow up Roger, thanks to Thompson, but the Batrider lassos and drags him to the high ground. 4 staff down, but Thompson's still in a lot of trouble. Burnt to the ground while V-Tune, he's battling forward. The stun is there, and the TB illusion pops the Aegis. Just the first life. Notel Sax are now on the run, turning tail, trying to hide, but Notel, he's found a spot in the trees while Saxa rolls away to safety, but Notel's found a godlike performance from Iceberg.
That fight, they try to go on Terrorblade because they saw other heroes showing on the map, and the TB, that's a full Satanic. Like, Satanic got nerfed, but still, you get a bit more damage, no status resistance. I already talked about that item on the TB during the draft, where it feels like a really good item this game, because he doesn't care about status resistance. There are no stuns on the enemy side, there are no real slows that he cares about. This might be it, Gary. Like one more fight, that's all OG has.
It really is. And this next fight probably going to be without global, without wall. And that wall with the TB illusion seemed like the best shot they had. V-Tune with cheese in hand backs away and leaves Iceberg on the high ground. So that is a big boy, that Doom, with a lot of armor. Still the pure damage and the jump in from the PA. He BKBs and sprints away. The Sunder from V-Tune allows him to survive as a roll forward.
Great
Connects onto the TP. They find the catch. That's a huge kill. OG have found the pickup they needed. In comes Roger. Laguna Blade. It does get thrown forward. But Na'Vi, they're in the meat grinder here. They don't have a Terror Plate, and they're still trying to battle with General on the front lines. He is zapping people down. The global comes, but Thompson is crumbling. General has so much magic damage to the back wall. There's Seb. Does catch them all. Iceberg trapped inside the Sprout, and all these illusions are ripping him apart. A beyond godlike Iceberg about to come to an end because Seb picks up the triple kill.
Darksteer, he's keeping them in this game. The great three-man back wall and that roll from Saksa. I don't think that was necessary for TB to use Sunder on Doom there. I think he could have gotten out and didn't have time to use Cheese nor BKB. Like, it was perfectly timed.
Absolutely gorgeous. And OG on the aggressive now. I'm not sure what that means. Drawing on the map from Roger. SNG with a love heart. Shout out to whoever that is. Someone close to Roger, I assume. And it's a decent fight from OG, and it's definitely a flash of brilliance from them. But is that something they can keep up? Is that something they can do consistently?
When is next Roche? May respawn in a minute and 40 seconds. Rough one, I would say. General, I would love to see just a straight up BKB from General. To be able to go in and try to find Seb with the lasso. For now, just keeping a buyback.
Coming out of their shell again, Na'Vi. Playing into the vision, scanning forward as well. 2 observer wards down on that bottom part of the map. But OG are playing in their triangle, only showing Sam, who does get lassoed into the Tombstone Light Strike array. Saksa initiates with a roll, but he gets Laguna Bladed, and Sam, he's healed himself up with a Lotus Orb, and they can't kill him off just yet. V-Tune BKB's metas up, and he gets the Light Strike array stunned down, thanks to Roger. Thompson forced to TP home. They might find Saksa, maybe No Tail here on the way out. The long-range stun, Roger with that cast range catches No Tail, and they do lose him. Buyback available on the Prophet, but Saksa is being dragged back here. Glimmer Cape and maybe a roll to the high ground. They don't quite catch him though. Prophet buys back. And OG still have 4 members here to defend their tier 4s, while V-Tune, he has arrived.
One drop the Soul Ring, you know, they're not falling for that bait. If you destroy it, it's Sam, yeah, so that he has enough money for buyback. But it's an old trick that worked probably once for each team until they realized we should stop doing that. Let's see the roast spawn, might respawn in a second.
Because it reduces your net worth, right?
Yep, 50 seconds. Okay, so someone should keep an eye on that. Possibly put the courier inside the pit. Flicker, find by Doom. That's a good item, you know, just to remove the global silence. When I say good, I mean top tier in this game for Na'Vi.
That's what we like to hear. Top tier choices.
DB, Illusion Escape.
Oof.
Illusion.
If there weren't enough of him, and an illusion rune. If there weren't enough of him already. Jeez. No Tail, off he goes. Elven tunic, fluffy hat, he is dressed to impress. But he spots some TP illusions and he's like, well, don't really want to stick around here anymore. Need to get over towards that Roshan pit once I've pushed out this bottom wave. And the big man returns. Undying Courier spots it. OG probably going to scout with Saksa, I would assume, in a second. Oh, they don't know. Na'Vi make their move into the pit, and this now becomes do or die for OG. This is the deciding match. If Na'Vi are able to take this Aegis Cheese Aghanim Scepter, it could be that 3-0 ending.
Oh, Ags, this could be a big one. on Terrorblade that we mentioned, like free one where you have Metamorphosis for 10 seconds, and you have the AoE Fear. Lina finds Timeless Relic. You've got the Batrider. Yeah. Who's actually having the item? Doom. Not too bad. All right.
Yeah, that's real good.
Especially with the Aghanim Scepter. Now they even have a break mechanic against the Phantom Assassin.
And then Timeless for the Earth Spirit, I guess. Over on the other side. Coming out to Saxa now, yeah. ILTW trying to get into a Lincoln Sphere. Aghanim's upgrade on Doom. Aghanim's upgrade on TB. Terror Wave there for V-Tune.
Oh, I'm so stupid, Gary. I didn't realize that the top part is Aghanim Scepter and the bottom part is Shard.
They find Thompson. General is lassoed him up. They're going to lose the Batrider here, but if they can find the fight that they want with Iceberg sprinting forward, Sprouted up though, needs to cut through the trees, but he can't do that. V-Tune's going to pummel into No Tail. ILTW with Saxa trapped now, tries to Phantom Strike back to that rolling target, but they've got the stun through the Doom and the Infernal Blade. ILTW dead and no buyback on No Tail. Seb's also in a spot above her here, being chased by the spider-legged Lina. Laguna bladed into oblivion, and the Lotus Sword came too late. A triple now for V-Tune. 2 buybacks for OG are available.
Earth's bounty.
Darkseer has a wall, has a buyback, so this is their chance, because they won that one fight. Didn't contest the Roche, but they need to do it right now. This is their last set of racks, the 60 seconds. Like, everyone needs to buy back, because Navi wants to end this game.
They want to end it right now. V-Tune to the high ground, onto the tier 3. Seb and ILTW both popping the buybacks. Glyph expended too. As a roll from Saxa, looks to connect, but they've got the Yules immediately from Roger again. Light Striker A onto that Earth Spirit, and V-Tune, he's standing his ground. Pop the Satanic, still has BKB, Aegis, and Sunder, don't forget, and he sunders up the PA.
There it is.
Dieback on ILTW. They move for Thompson now. Na'Vi, they're doing it. The Glimmer Cape and the BKB, they're going to mean nothing as the Doom charges forward. Saxa good magnetize. The turnaround from Thompson, it means something as he's staying alive, and V-Tune's going to fall. First life gone. But the Laguna Blade from Roger secures yet another kill, while Doom also dies in the trees. General's return to this fight, but Thompson, he's trying to 1 versus 2. General has the BKB, no lasso, and there's the Skadi slow. No buybacks here for OG. Terrorblade shredding through your structures. Everything is coming crumbling down around OG's feet as No Tail is left.
Want to fly. Let's see if he decides. Yeah, he's doing it. Buying the Boots of Travel, just selling everything. He wants to be on that ending screen. He wants to be in. Drops the Tombstone, and there
replacing the throne with a Tombstone. I've always wanted to fly.
From No Tail. Man, Navi is back.
Navi is absolutely back. 3-0.
That means first title. All right, finally for Iceberg. You know, I think the man grinded, and the Always Wanna Fly says Sem Sepesu, which means thank you all. I played a lot of pubs with these guys, so I know, you know, I learned a couple of words. Yeah, exactly. So congratulations to Navi. Great performance today. Felt like, let's say, very one-sided BO5. Iceberg, you know, I think the man... And the Always Wanna Fly says Sem Sepesu, which means thank you all. I played a lot of pubs with these guys, so I know, you know, I learned a couple of words. Yeah, exactly. So congratulations to Navi. Great performance today. Felt like, let's say, very one-sided BO5. Iceberg, you know, I think the man... And Always Wanna Fly says Sem Sepesu, which means...